Hello, Pokemon enthusiasts. It's the last draw. I kind of want to do something special here. Uh, I have a few cards handpicked by myself that was part of my collection that I kind of want to show you and maybe tell you my thoughts upon it. Some of these cards might be newer, some of these cards might be older. I feel like anything that I say about these cards are just strictly my opinion based upon, you know, like what I like, what I've seen in the years that I've like collected. Um, and I'd kind of like just want to go through some of these cards and maybe you might see something that you haven't actually got to see in real life, and this might be the closest that you will ever get to these cards, unless you go looking for them or get them online, or maybe a hobby shop might have them. But some of them are really, really close to my heart, and I enjoy them, so maybe you might enjoy them too as well. I have them kind of in weird sleeves to kind of protect them. So we'll start off with number one. This Pikachu. Okay. I've seen this Pikachu a ton on YouTube videos and people posting like pictures on it and everything else. I like it. I like it. I'm a big Pokemon collector, and Pikachu is obviously number one within this selection. And I feel like this might be one of maybe the best arts for Pikachu. I have a couple other Pikachu arts that I like, but this one is it's super, super colorful. It's super, super nice. Now, the quality that's based on this and the shine that's on this thing is downright one of the best, I think. I still love the yellow borders. I love every single Pokemon that's on there, other than a Pokemon riding a horse. But, I mean, the quality that's based on this, I mean, it's not perfect. I believe the centering is still pretty good. I love how the camera will focus on everything in the back and not anything in the front. I do like it, and it's probably one of my favorite Pikachus. Can we stop focusing on things in the background? Can we focus on the card that's in front of us? How about that? Please? Please? Focus? Focus on Pikachu's face. There we go. It's generally not a card that I would use within a deck, but it is a very, very beautiful card. Obviously, it's going to get put back into the sleeve just so then I could still protect it. I do have, like, hard case sleeves that they go inside of. But for presentation wise, I am obviously going to show you the card within and out of the sleeve, so you obviously know that it's real. So the second card I want to show you is one of the legendary ones. This one. This one I ended up giving off of a trade. This one is a beautiful, beautiful card. You generally don't see too many cards kind of given, what would you call it, depth. I love the fact that he's smaller in the back and larger in the front. A lot of these cards now these days, they're kind of just a straight image, straightforward. I love the fact that you can obviously see that he's walking from a certain distance, and the color that they chose on this is beautiful, beautiful, between the mountains and the snow and just the hollow in general. Beautiful, beautiful card. This one I would say is not in perfect condition either. There's obviously some scratches on it here and there on the hollow, but I love this card. Love this card. Still a generic Pokemon. Yeah, and you can see a little bit of fraying on the bottom piece right there. Just a small amount. So obviously, uh, I do collect Pokemon, but I do also play with the cards a ton. Uh, I enjoy playing with the Pokemon as like decks and whatnot. So having them in perfect condition is not one of my fortes. I like to enjoy everything about them. Uh, this one, this one. When I pulled this card, I was amazed by the color. I've never seen a card designed like this ever. It is just beautifully colored. Beautifully colored. It's not like where they just threw a whole bunch of color together and just called it a day. No, they started with the yellow in the middle and then goes into a purple or a blue and then ending with like an orange like on the bottom and top. I thought that was beautiful. Beautiful. It being kind of one of the new generations with the silver borders. Obviously, I'm not a big fan of the silver borders now, but this is still such a beautiful, beautiful card. Uh, this one makes me a little afraid because this one's not too damaged. So the more and more I keep handling this one scares me quite a bit. It is near perfect, except for there is a little bit of whiting there, and there was a little bit of whiting somewhere up top here that I've seen before, but almost near perfect. Near perfect. This one's pretty close and near dear to my heart. I like most legendary Pokemon. Most legendary Pokemon. Still one of my favorites. So that was number what? That was number 3? Yeah, that was number 3. So this one's number 4. I'm probably only going to show 5 of them off, just so then a lot of people don't see my whole collection. This one. This I've had as a child for so long. I thought this one, even though I had like the Charizards and the Gyarados and, Sabrina, and, we all remember those days, or even if you're new into collecting, we know those one cards that we still loved, and it didn't have to be like a holographic or anything else, right? This was that one. I thought this one was the coolest designed card I've ever seen. I loved it. Between it being dark and like, it's not super demented, but just the coloring on it and the concept of it just looks beautiful. And who doesn't love Team Rocket cards? I mean, if you don't, then what do you like? Maybe it's not your thing. But this one I ended up picking up at a hobby shop. It's not one of the rarest ones, but I had to get it and put it back into my collection. It's still one of my favorite cards to this day. I wish I would have gotten like maybe a rare version of it, maybe be able to make some money in the long run, but you know what? It's not the fact of money, it's the fact of like doing something that you love and being able to still hold on to things that you love, And this card is one of those cards that I do truly love. Okay, and then final, this one makes me sad every single time I look at it. You can already see damage directly on the top. This is one of my original cards out of my original collection when I was like 8 years old, 6 years old, We ended up finding it in a cardboard box with a whole bunch of other bent up cards. And this one obviously got damaged as well. It was a Team Rocket first edition Dark Flareon. Obviously not holographic, but could have been worth some money if as a child I would have taken care of things. But that's the best part, right? The best part is being able to look back and go, you know what, I had that card, and I did these things, and you know, and never look back with regret. And yes, you can obviously see that it is heavily damaged, but still a beautiful card. Um, and especially being first edition, it's probably hands down one of my favorite cards in this deck. This card is near and dear to my heart only because the fact is that it's what do you want to call it, the coulda shoulda, like, you know, type of deal. Like, you could have taken care of it and you should have taken care of it, but it's past that point, you know. um and things like this could have turned out to be something big later in the years. You never, we would have never known, you know. And to me, being able to look back at this card and always have it in my collection, even if it's heavily damaged, is still a great card to me. And I will never say I wish I could have kept them, and I wish I should have kept them in good like condition. It's I would never say that, and that's why, because I still have it. You know, who cares if it's not in good condition? I still have it, you know, and I don't regret it. I don't regret it, and I will always continue to have it, unless I lose it again in some cardboard box. But yeah, you guys, that was the 5 cards I wanted to show you that was part of my collection that are kind of near and dear to my heart, you know, between the design and between one of the best arts for Pikachu, and between just having these cards in your old collection, and you know, you still have them or was still able to obtain them. It's a great feeling, you know, and maybe, hopefully, you guys get the same feeling I get when I look at them. Except for these sleeves. I mean, it's all random sleeves. I mean, between what? Mewtwo, Lapras, Mew, Lapras. And some of these sleeves are not very good at the shine. But okay. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys again. See you later.